the tradition of invoking the gods right at the beginning. So for that, can I request for the lamp lighting ceremony, our guests who are on the dais, Dr. Bobby Mukamala.
Of honor, Dr. Bobby Mukamala, a delegation from American Medical Association, Dr. Gurva Reddy from Continental Hospital, Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, dignitaries on the dais. We have been having our say in the government, whatever the government decisions take. Like in American Medical Association, they also have a very good say in the policies of medical in America. Indian Medical Association also plays a very vital role, especially if you have seen during this COVID period, COVID-19, AMA played a very big role, and in fact we lost almost 1,500 doctors in this. Now the rest of the policies like Consumer Protection Act, like Clinical Establishment Act, various problems which doctors are facing, Indian Medical Association trying to solve them. And we are in the forefront in one of the very important flagship program of AMA, that is Aao Gaon Chale. AMA has launched this Aao Gaon Chale project where we have adopted almost 2,000 villages throughout the country, where not only basically we are taking care of the medical part of it, the other responsibility also AMA is taking responsibility. So that's one of the biggest project we are trying to vaccinate children between the age of 9 and 14 throughout the country. Now similarly, there are a lot of programs like a TB control program, like family control program. We have a portal for junior doctors and medical students. This also plays a very big role because we have almost 2 lakh members, both as MSN and GDN throughout the country. Now, one of my classmates is on the board of American Medical Association. In fact, he hasn't come. Dr. Niranjan Rao Bomki. He is from New South, he comes from New Jersey. He's a cardiothoracic surgeon. He was in fact last year at the national conference, and he spoke about American Medical Association. The problems what American Medical Association and Indian Medical Association face are similar. And I think we collectively try to solve the problems of our own people here. Since there is a very limited time for me to enumerate what AMA is doing, I only say that AMA is in forefront for the rights of the doctors, and we are doing for that. From the bottom of my heart and from 4 lakh doctors of India, we warmly welcome you, sir, the whole delegates of American Medical Association here.
American Medical Association President, Dr. Bobby Mukamala, to kindly honor Dr. Dilip Balushali with a memento for his presence this evening. Sir, if you both would kindly come forward. Luminary, a doyen of Indian healthcare, Dr. Giridhar Gyani.
That American Medical Association, 2 of us are representing Indian side, Dr. Bhanushali, doctor side, and I am representing the hospital side. Although on paper, AHPI has got 21,000 members, but actually I am speaking on behalf of 70,000 hospitals today in India. I think that is a mind-boggling number for my American friends. Of course, I want to convey gratitude to Dr. Gurunath Reddy for taking the lead role in bringing the American Medical Association to Hyderabad and getting interaction with us. Now, you see, on lighter way, of course, Indian Medical Association we consider as an umbrella. And you know, AHPI, and there are a couple of more associations, we always consider IMA as the umbrella. But in a way, when we represent hospitals with the government of India, we also represent all doctors. Because after all, doctors are part of our hospitals. Anyway, that is only. Now, you see, actually there was no singular body in India before 2012. There were key industry associations like CII, FICCI and ASSOCHAM, and they had small verticals of healthcare. And government started increasing the postgraduate seats in the country. That was the one major study. In 2017, we were invited when government was drafting the new health policy. And I think our three major recommendations were part of the 2017 new health policy, which is still in place.
To have with us the Consul General of the USA for the states of Telangana, Andhra and Orissa, Ms. Laura Williams. She will be addressing the gathering. Before she does that, I just want to underscore that this Indo-US collaboration of healthcare leaders, it stands as a testament to what is possible when the global expertise of India and United States.
I am honored to participate in this summit along with so many distinguished guests, doctors, medical practitioners, and health experts. I'd like to warmly welcome Dr. Bobby Mukamala, President of the American Medical Association, and the rest of the delegation here to Hyderabad. This is a dynamic city. In so many ways, I have been honored and welcomed here. The Hyderabadi hospitality is bar none. Healthcare is the foundation of human well-being and prosperity. In the United States, healthcare spending is around 18% of our GDP, and the cost of illness and surgery is a constant concern for families. The United States and India share a strong commitment to improving the health of our people, controlling costs, and improving access. Our countries are uniquely situated to address these challenges, and our partnership in the life sciences and public health has never been more important. India's contributions to the U.S. healthcare system have resulted in lower.
Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Limited, Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, stands as one of the 4 strong pillars of the Apollo legacy, a legacy founded on the unshakable vision, determination, and national service spirit of Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy.
And begin by saying what a true pleasure and a privilege it is to be amongst all of you as I see the builders of healthcare. People who have committed their lives, many sleepless nights, many times that you have toiled to bring life to a human being. And I can see, after my 42 years of working in healthcare, I still find that there is no more noble profession than being a clinician. So please first give yourselves a very big hand.
He is an architect of a global standard, the founder of L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, built an integrated and patient-centric care model. As I said, he's a global leader in ophthalmology, a mentor, an institution builder. He is a humanitarian at heart, and he will be addressing the audience on how India became.
We in fact do the highest number of corneal transplants in the world of any center. In a country where everybody said eye banking was impossible. And we also integrated rehabilitation of those with irreversible vision loss as a component of our work. That was the first in the world when we started that. We educate all cadres of eye care personnel, and at any given point we have about 800 trainees on our campuses. And so far we have trained nearly 76,000 people through both long-term and short-term programs. Active in research, we are ranked among the top 10 high research institutes in the world now, over 5,000 peer-reviewed publications.
A healthcare leader of organized medicine in America, having served as the first Asian president of the then America's largest medical society in 2011. He was the president of the Houston Academy of Medicine. He was the first chairperson of the International Medical Graduate Section of the Texas Medical Association.
Who said that men are from what? Mars, and women are from Venus. Were you proposing a sex change earlier when you're comparing to Venus Williams? Well, distinguished AMA president here, my good friend, I declare as a good friend the last 24 hours. Your dad was my good friend, Dr. Mukamala, who's sitting here in the audience, who was a quasi-mentor to me during my journey in organized medicine. Distinguished the Board of Trustees, our Consul General, the IMA President, and our AHPI, Director General, past and present leaders of various Indian organizations, fellow colleagues, and my dear friends and ladies and gentlemen. Truly, it's an honor to be Board of Medical Legislation, where the tort reform was enacted in America, which was a liability reform that doctors were being punished with multi-million-dollar lawsuits at the end of the day. And their practices, they went bankrupt. And there was massive flood of neurosurgeons, obstetricians, gynecologists from major cities. For several years, there was a chaos that was created, unaffordable malpractice insurance, and the legal liability and the lawsuits, and ultimately the verdicts of those lawsuits in the millions of dollars. And it was Texas, the largest organization, AMA, that took the leadership under the then governor, who was subsequently the President of America, George W. Bush. During that time, the AMA, the TMA, everybody came together, endorsed the Texas move to enact this tort reform, which later on several other states continued to enact in their particular states, and give a greatest freedom to the doctors and bring back those neurosurgeons and obstetricians back to the practices and reduce their insurance premiums and go from there. So this is the kind of work that happens.
పువ్వు పుట్టగానే పరిమళిస్తుంది అనడానికి డాక్టర్ బాబీ ముక్కమాల గారు ఒక నిదర్శనం. ప్రపంచంలో అత్యంత ప్రభావవంతమైన వైద్య నాయకత్వ పాత్రల్లో ఒకటైన అమెరికన్ మెడికల్ అసోసియేషన్ AMA 180వ అధ్యక్షుడిగా గౌరవనీయమైన స్థానానికి మొట్టమొదటి భారతీయ తెలుగు తేజం వైద్య దిక్సూచి డాక్టర్ బాబీ ముక్కమాల గారు ఎన్నిక కావడం ఒక చారిత్రాత్మక ఘటన.
So, with that, we heard about the man. Now we hear about the physician leader. Can I request Dr. Guru and Reddy to introduce Dr. Bobby, and we will see a AV after Dr. Reddy speaks, and then it's all to Dr. Bobby.
Yesterday, I would have had the option to be in two places. One of them was here. Obviously, I chose that. The other one was at the White House with President Trump. And frankly, I'm confident I made the right decision. So thank you for having me here. I was actually at the White House last week for dietary nutrition guidelines that were released by the administration. And they had a food pyramid. And it was just interesting contrast in my life when I saw that food pyramid back home in the US at the White House. And at the top of that food pyramid, the broadest part of that pyramid, because that was an upside down pyramid, there was a big steak. And then I saw one today when I went to Continental Hospital, totally opposite food pyramid. And I realized that this was home because I'm a vegetarian. But it's nice to stay at a five-star hotel occasionally, so it is wonderful to be here doing that. It's an amazing learning opportunity for me to be here with the American Medical Association to learn about the IMA. We see each other at the meetings when we go to these World Medical Association meetings. But to be here at the home of the IMA, to see what healthcare is like from so many different perspectives, from Dr. Reddy's family, it was an amazing opportunity yesterday to meet with them, to meet with his family, with the board of the American Medical Association today, to get an incredible tour of an amazing institution, the Continental Hospital, to see what healthcare delivery is like. And so many components of that conversation today were making observations about what's happening in that hospital. Last time we came, we went to Apollo Hospital to see what was happening there, to learn from that opportunity. People tend to think that the American Medical Association, that the health system in the United States should lead everybody. And there are some things we do very well, but there are so many things that we can improve on. And that's why it's so important to me, to us, to be taking these tours of the hospitals in this wonderful country to see what we can do better. And there is a lot. There's an amazing friendship that's growing between me, my family, and the Ranga Rao family. That is an amazing relationship that's growing. And in particular, I wanted to just thank Sravanti, who I've gotten to know, for her amazing work to help us put this together today. And thank you so much for that, for welcoming my family. Long before the American Medical Association, my involvement there, I enjoyed being in Hyderabad to hang out with my friends, one of whom is in the front row today. Sumant was my classmate at the University of Michigan. And so I showed him about Ann Arbor, about Michigan. We had a lot of fun there, but every time I came to visit him in Hyderabad, we had a lot more fun. To the point that I was tempted, between undergraduate and medical school, back in the early 90s, when I saw him, when I saw everything that was happening here that was so fun for me at that age, because of all these positive aspects, positive thinking, right? Friendship, meditation. These are the things that I have no doubt I will live longer than 10 years. And I'm honored to be able to say that. So thank you. One other thing that I'll comment on about what I learned during my childhood. I was a happily confused kid because Monday through Friday I went to Catholic school. I went to church, I went to Catholic Mass Monday through Friday, and then on Sundays I went to Bala Vihar. So again, happily confused. I don't know if Jesus or Krishna is up there, but thank you. So finally, I would just want to say thank you for celebrating so much with me today. My presidency would not be possible, and I said this in my inauguration speech. Being the first Indian president of the American Medical Association has minimal to do with me. I happen to be that guy. But I say that I built the last step on the staircase. All of these other steps, the 15 steps where I was number 16, is not because of me. It's because the people that were trained here, in India, in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, that came to the United States in the early 1970s when the United States needed doctors desperately, which they still do. We're 80,000 physicians short. But that's where they came, to improve the health of our country. And it's because of that that now there's an Indian president of the American Medical Association, because of the people in this room, because of this country. And so with that, I simply say thank you for letting me wearing this label as president, which, like I said, I have minimal to do with.
Some of those were the likes of Dr. Apparao Garu here, Dr. Guru and Reddy sitting here. They have laid some of those steps, and we are only too happy to see that you, one of our very own, now at the highest pedestal. And while you may not have made it as an actor, a little birdie tells me that you're a darn good doctor. So I think everyone wins. Raghav Rao Pakalpati Garu. At this time, I have the joy and the honor of introducing this visionary entrepreneur who's a respected leader in India's infrastructure and real estate space. Now, it may be far from the healthcare stuff that we do, but he believes, and I believe that too, that real estate and healthcare.
In Pavani Infra, the healthcare and wellness has always been an integral part of our design, of our decision making when we envision a project. Especially with Mirai, Dr. Harsha, the director of our group, and my brother, has taken a special interest in envisioning Mirai as a project that is around wellness, healthcare, elemental living. So our title also goes by living the sixth element, because all five elements come together and give you a life like no other. So we felt this is a very appropriate platform to unveil our walkthrough and brochure, because we have our closest family friends here and also the professionals who understand like no other on how important it is. The quality of life a person lives at a home is what is what helps him develop a very good lifestyle, as how Bobby Anna has shared earlier. For me, Pavni Mirai is something that stands to its name. It's futuristic, it's wellness oriented, and at its core, it is something that helps you to stop your chaos at your home and let you live your life full of wellness once you enter the project. Thank you.
To be here on behalf of the American Medical Association to my home country, Bharat, India. I loved being here as a child because my parents came from here to the US, and I love being here as a professional, as the president of the AMA, because so much of what I learned about healthcare, I learned in the classrooms in the United States, but I learned in the home of an Indian family. And when I come to India, I realized the basis and the foundation of what they know about being alive as a human being, and now I know what it takes to give the health to those human beings, and so much comes from what I learned in this country. This is a wonderful opportunity for my left and right aspects of my mind to meet together in India, and so it's an honor to be here.
ఈరోజు మన హైదరాబాద్లో మన రాష్ట్రంలో ఒక ఘనమైన ఫంక్షను మనం జరిపాము ఈ అన్వయ కన్వెన్షన్ సెంటర్లో. దేని గురించి అనగా అమెరికన్ మెడికల్ అసోసియేషన్ ప్రెసిడెంటు డాక్టర్ బాబీ ముక్కమాల గారు మన దేశానికి వచ్చినందుకు, మన సిటీకి వచ్చినందుకు, వాళ్ళ బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రస్టీస్తో మన ఇండియన్ మెడికల్ అసోసియేషన్ లీడర్షిప్, మన ఏహెచ్పై లీడర్షిప్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ సంభాషణ జరిపి ఇవాళ ఈ ప్రోగ్రాము సక్రమంగా జరిగినందుకు నేను చాలా సంతోషిస్తున్నాను. అమెరికన్ మెడికల్ అసోసియేషన్ గురించి సుమారుగా ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషను అమెరికాలో 1847 సంవత్సరంలో పుట్టింది. అప్పటి నుంచి సుమారుగా 180 years ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్ ఉన్నప్పటికీ అది ప్రపంచమంతా అందరి కంట్రీస్ కూడా హెల్త్ కేర్ విషయంలో, ఆర్గనైజేషన్ విషయంలో, తర్వాత మెడికల్ ఎథిక్స్ అనేసి పేషెంట్ కేర్ విషయంలో ప్రతి ఇటువంటి అంశంలో వాళ్ళు ముందుకు వచ్చి ఒక పద్ధతి, ఒక రూల్స్, ఒక పాలసీ ఫ్రేమ్ చేసినందుకు ఇవాళ మన భారతదేశంలో కూడా ఇవన్నీ అవలంబిస్తూ ఇక్కడ మనం ప్రజలకు సేవ చేస్తూ మనం ముందుకు వెళ్తున్నాం. వాళ్ళకు చాలా కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలుపుతున్నాము. ఎందుకంటే ఆ దేశం నుంచి పుట్టిన ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం దాన్ని అవలంబించేసి దాని మీద మనం ముందుకు మన దేశంలో ఎలా ఉండాలి హెల్త్ కేరు, వీఆర్ బిల్డింగ్ దాట్ ఆన్. ఇట్స్ ద గ్రేటెస్ట్ హానర్ దట్ డాక్టర్ బాబీ ముక్కమాల ఇంకేమనగా ఆయన మొదటిసారిగా భారతదేశం నుంచి ఒక తెలుగు వ్యక్తిగా ఈ సంస్థకు ఎలక్ట్ అయిన మనిషి అది ఫస్ట్ టైం. ఈజ్ 188th ప్రెసిడెంట్. ఇట్స్ మనకు చాలా గౌరవమైన విషయము. మన తెలుగు జాతికి చెందిన ఈ అబ్బాయి వాళ్ళ నాన్నగారు కూడా మిషిగన్ స్టేట్లో ఉన్నప్పటికీ ఆయన కూడా ఇటువంటి ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో ముందుకు వెళ్ళి ప్రెసిడెంట్గా ఉన్నారు. సో ఇవాళ బాబీ ముక్కమాల గారి సంభాషణ విన్న తర్వాత మనకు చాలా ప్రోత్సహించారు. దాని భారతదేశంకు హెల్త్ కేర్లో ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ బ్రైట్ ఫ్యూచర్ and we can do fantastic, with collaboration and cooperation. Thank you.
So exciting for me to be here for so many reasons. My family started in India and came to the United States, and now that I come back to India, my family has grown because of my new friends in India. And it's wonderful to see the mind and the brilliance of an Indian person go beyond healthcare. That's what I'm used to seeing, with my parents both being physicians, with my sister and I being physicians. But to see that brilliance go to improving a community, to make something more beautiful, that's what I see in my friends, my new friends here in Hyderabad. So thank you.
A better platform than this to launch a project that is so centered across elemental living. So the entire project, only 5 elements coming together and forming a life within it. That's why we call our project Living the Sixth Element. So we're very happy to be launching it with family and with healthcare professionals, and very glad that it is such a platform that we are doing this. Thank you.
నమస్కారం అండి. సో పావని ఇన్ఫ్రాలో దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ఫ్లాగ్షిప్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ పావని మిరాయ్ అనేది. మాతో అండ్ బాబీ ముక్కాముల, అప్పారావు ముక్కాముల అంకుల్ వీళ్ళందరూ కొలాబరేషన్తో చేసే ప్రాజెక్ట్. లైక్ యూ సీ దెర్ ఆర్ ఇనఫ్ డాక్టర్స్, చాలామంది డాక్టర్స్ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ దిస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్. అండ్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్లానింగ్ నుంచి కూడా నాట్ జస్ట్ ఎ కమ్యూనిటీ, ఇంటికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత దట్ ఆల్సో ఈజ్ యువర్ హోమ్. దానికి ఆ హెల్త్ ఎడిషన్ అనేది ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సాయంకాలం ఇంటికి వచ్చి అలసిపోయి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఆ రిలాక్సేషన్ అండ్ దట్ హోమ్లీ ఫీలింగ్ రాకపోతే ఇట్ డజంట్ మేక్ ఎనీ సెన్స్. అవి మైండ్లో పెట్టుకుని దిస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ వాజ్ డిజైన్. ఇట్ హ్యాస్ 75% ఆఫ్ ఓపెన్ ల్యాండ్స్కేప్ ఏరియా మీరు చూస్తే, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ద సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ హెల్త్ కేర్ స్పేస్ ఆల్సో. అండ్ ఒకసారి మీరందరూ వచ్చి ప్రాజెక్ట్ చూస్తే దెన్ యూ విల్ రియలైజ్ వై వీ సే దిస్ ఈజ్ అ రిఫ్లెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ హెల్త్ అండ్ వెల్నెస్ అనేది. థ్యాంక్ యూ.